Hello again, my name is Organisational and I'm from consultancy company For Sale. So we keep exploring further the For Sale formula, and in this short video I'm going to explain you the role of the goals. As you know, for the task for any manager is to set the goals for the organization, to define the processes which will achieve those goals, and to establish the structure which supports the processes to achieve the goals. So in that respect, let's take the first element of these tasks, goals. So what do the For Sale formula says about the goals? As you see, from the formula perspective, we do have the same model. But let's start from the other end. Normally, when we describe the management formula or For Sale formula, we start from the employees who do the work, they do create the result, and the result is being given to the customers. But once it comes to the goal setting, actually we start vice versa. We start from the customer, then we define the result, and then we define what are the activities needs to be performed and who have to do them to create the result which is given further to the customer. So in that respect, we given names as well to the goals based on the elements of the For Sale formula. So when we look at the customer side, or in other words, the customers and the result, they are located in the external world. However, the processes and the people who do them, they are internal environment of the organization. So it have some similarities with the generic models you might learn in the management courses in the universities. So but let's look at the names of the goals. So first of all, the first or the most, let's say, the most highest level of the goals, we call them strategic goals. Yes, they have to deal something with the strategy as well, but in our case, in our model, we said that the strategic goals are talking about what state of external environment we do expect to achieve. I mean, what do we want our customers think about us? So typically these are the goals like, be number one in the industry, be the most preferred provider of something, and so on. These are that type of the goals. So then, once this the moment of truth has been passed, so we've switched to the next one, the result goals. So what kind of the results should be created so that the moment of truth takes place and the customer is happy and they think what we want them to think about us. So typical result goals are the ones which describe what is the output from the activities being done in the internal environment. Like, if we talk about the product, so what are the properties the product should possess? If it's a service, so what are the properties of the service? So how fast it should be delivered? Do we need to collect some feedback and so on? So these are the properties of the product, and we call them result goals. We do even apply a completely different type of measurement. Which are those result goals? Sometimes we use an association that the result goal is anything that is tangible, anything you can drop on your feet. In case of, let's say, bridge building, so probably you'd better not drop it on your feet, but in case of the service, that's more challenging. In that case, we may start to talk about what is a typical recipe or what is a typical invoice, because the invoice is printed, and that's a tangible part of the result of the organization. So the next one, now we switch to the internal environment, and that's the activity goals. So all the activities inside the organizations, and you can explore further in other videos, what are they? But let me make a shortcut. These are the other processes or the projects. So the activity goals are the ones which describe what type of activity should be performed, in what way to create the result we do expect so that we achieve those strategic goals. So So as you see, I'm going back and forth because the planning part, that's what we always suggest for our customers, that we have to start from the customer. Okay, activity goals. And then at the end, individual goals, which probably are not very common in any of those management models you might read in the management books. But what we say there, we say, who are those people who need to do the work to achieve those activity goals, which will convert into the result goals and then later on into the strategic goals. And when we talk about who are they, we actually need to split the topic into two parts. Who are they? I mean, what they need to be able to do, and the second part, what qualities the person should possess. That was a short description about the goals in For Sale Formula. Please explore other videos on other topics, how For Sale Formula can be applied. See you in other videos.